Could the Baltimore Ravens get their hands on a star from a division rival? Welcome in to this edition of Ravens Rundown, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. The folks at Bleacher Report have named Bengals corner Chidobe Awuzie, a.k.a. Cheeto. That's his nickname. That's what he goes by. We'll call him Cheeto on today's show. They have named the Ravens as a top destination to sign Cheeto. Wouldn't that be fascinating? The Ravens fill a need at corner. They get a veteran talent, and they hurt a division rival at the same time. Now you have my ears. Let's tell you more about him coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, all month long here on Ravens Rundown, we are doing a sub-battle with Bengals Breakdown with the fraud that is Thomas Downey, Chris Daughtry, and that whole gang over there of hooligans at Bengals Breakdown. They don't like animals. I know that Tom's wife is a zoologist, but the reality is that Tom Downey actually killed Harambe. So I need you guys to show him who's boss, and let's win this sub-battle this week here on the channel. I say this week, all month long. We're starting at 0. Now let's see who can get the most subs all month. We'll continue to follow. Subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV, and we'll show them who's boss. All right, let's begin with Bleacher Report's idea for bringing in Cheeto. If he does become available, the Baltimore Ravens could swoop in. The Ravens' top cornerback, Marlon Humphrey, has battled the injury bug in 2 of the past 3 seasons. And while Brandon Stevens stepped up last fall, Stevens is about to enter a contract year. Also, the team has 5 impending free agents at the position. So the front office will be looking at some depth at least. Cheeto could go to Baltimore as the number 2 corner, providing an insurance policy if Humphrey struggles to stay healthy or Stevens walks next spring, while bolstering the defense's secondary for another Super Bowl run. The Ravens have a real need at corner. Taking a good player from a rival is kind of just icing on the cake at this point. Not only am I looking at getting help where I need help with a quality player, a veteran, that isn't going to cost a ton. We'll go over those numbers here in just a bit. But I get to hurt the Cincinnati Bengals at the same time as well. Sign me up. Here's more on Cheeto. Joined the Bengals in 2021, previously played for the Dallas Cowboys, and has a lot of experience. 86 career games played with 74 starts in his career. Hasn't been to a Pro Bowl or been an All-Pro player. You're not getting that type of player, but that's not what the Ravens are looking for their number 2 corner. They just need a solid, good player. They need an upgrade from the mistake that was Rock Ya-Sin this past year. So, should the Ravens sign Cheeto? What do you guys think? Y for yes, and for no. Our pinned comment today. Weigh in. Tell us what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy and made easy. Here's how it works. Choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less. Maybe it's the NBA and you're choosing rebounding. Maybe it's MLB and you're going strikeouts. Maybe it's NASCAR and you're going fantasy points. All sorts of different leagues and things to choose from. I'm looking at the combine going on this week. Jaden Daniels, less than a 4.52 40 time. I think he's going to make that happen. Amarius Mims, I got him to have less than 5.28 in his 40 time. Big fella. He could run faster than that. I'm pretty confident that's going to be the case. Play along with me. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS for a $100 deposit match on your first entry. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS for a $100 deposit match. Now, it's no secret that the price tag we mentioned is not going to be terribly expensive, but not necessarily I would call cheap either. 2 years, $23 million is the projection that we're looking at for Cheeto here. And the Ravens, in their situation, when we factor in the players that they're going to cut, their cut candidates here in the coming weeks, along with the salary cap where it's at right now, this is something they can afford. They can pull this off. You look at the numbers here of what Cheeto's done over the last few seasons. Last year, no interceptions, but did have 57 tackles, 6 pass breakups the year prior to that, 5 pass breakups. 2021 was outstanding with 14 pass breakups and 2 interceptions. His numbers last year from PFF were pretty solid. Can't complain about these numbers. 62.6 defensive grade, run defense grade of 68, tackling grade is 72.1, and a coverage grade of 62.3. And what do we talk about? The biggest complaint about corners all the time is that they don't tackle well. And the tackling number was there. It showed that, hey, this guy actually is a corner that can tackle. That's a good thing. Changes are coming to the Baltimore Ravens. We already know this just when we factor in having 20-plus free agents. But also, I think when you're John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta here, you're thinking about, okay, where can we upgrade? Where can we take those next steps and move some pieces around here? I look at the corners that are under contract for next year. This is it right now. Now, I know that Kyle Hamilton plays some nickel back, but I think with Geno Stone gone, you're going to see more of Kyle Hamilton in a full-time safety role. But at the moment, you got Marlon Humphrey, you got Brandon Stevens, Demarion Williams, Jalen Armour-Davis, and that's it. That's not going to be enough. You need to make an investment, and a guy like Chido could be the investment you're looking for. The Ravens need to find depth, and they need help with nickel duties. Need to find somebody to be able to take that on, and I would expect personally that what the Ravens are going to do is it's going to be a mix of both youth, of players they could potentially draft, and veterans like Chido here to make this all work of what they're looking for to add to that secondary, to add to that corner room in 2024. Who's a cornerback the Ravens should add? Whether it's Chido, whether it's somebody in the draft, weigh in the comment section. Give me a name that comes to mind that you would like to see the Ravens add to their roster in 2024. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. And let's go ahead and stick it to the Bengals and win this month-long sub-battle here. Let's do it for Harambe and that killer Tom Downey. Subscribe now. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time right here on Ravens Rundown. Have a great day. Subscribe now. We'll see you then.